Pro Day Dirt is back. We've had a week off, but welcome to the Pro Day Dirt Round 12 preview. We've had a week off, but some teams will have had players involved in the autumn internationals. Will that benefit the clubs that have stayed together? Who knows? Pro Day Dirt still feels pretty tight across the league. This could be the weekend that we see a split, though, between the top 6 or 7 and the rest of the league. But there is still such a long way to go. Only just over a third of the way through the season. We've got a massive game to kick off the round. Montauban take the relatively short trip, 150 kilometres, directly north up the A20, for those familiar with the French route map system. Third place, Brive take on second place, Montauban. Montauban are 8 wins from 11. That looks like their form is here to stay. They've been a bit of a surprise so far. In terms of league points per game, Brive have the best home record in the league, so 23 points from a possible 25. Montauban do have 3 wins away from home from their 6 games so far, including the last Thursday night game away at Agen. So there's only been 2 winners of the Thursday night game in the 11 rounds so far. 2 away winners, that is. But Brive at home are a bit different. They've shown us the best of both. They've been massive up front. They've shown pace out wide. Montauban have shown that as well. They've scored some epic tries, played some great rugby. We've got 5 of the top 10 try scorers in the league in this game. De Silva, Ferte, Dridi for Brive, and Stefan Ahmed and Simon Render for Montauban. Montauban can mix it up front as well. Can they match Brive? Possibly. We think Brive away is just an entirely different prospect, so we are going to back Brive in that one. Nevers and Dax, pretty contrasting fortunes for these two sides before the break. Nevers got hammered away at fellow strugglers Aurillac, whereas Dax put on a real show at Stade Jean Daugé in the Lyon Derby, the game they took to Bayonne. Nevers have got 4 wins from home. That's 4 wins at home. That's their only 4 wins this season. In their 6 home games, they have hosted 5 of the current top 6. So to get 4 home wins is pretty impressive. And the only losses they have had at home are the top 2, Grenoble and Montauban. So home form, pretty good. They have been nowhere near as strong up front as they were last year. Dax have looked incredibly powerful up front all season. They've got some huge blokes. And then, most games have been pretty gritty, forward-orientated games. But last round, they added some real kind of flair to that as well with that backline. Noah Nene was amazing at 13. Vatabua came off the bench and at 12 looked so classy. Joe Penicer on the wing, we know, is a huge threat if you can get him the ball. Rich thinks that form's going to continue. He was incredibly impressed with them in the last round. I am going to back Nevers at home. It's a long way. That home record's great. It's also a long way from Dax, and that does still play a factor in France. Béziers v Agen. This is a game that Rich had his eye on. It's 2 grand old clubs of French rugby, 3rd and 4th most successful clubs in the history of French rugby in terms of Brennus Shields won. Neither side has won a Brennus since the 80s, though. So we're kind of always trying to put a positive spin on these 2 clubs because of that history. But they're a long way from it. And Béziers have merited some of that positivity last year. They're still capable of running riot in some games as they did last year. Marquez is still so key for them. Gabin Law, the Lyon-bound Gabin Law, starting to cement his place as one of the stars of Pro Day Dirt. 7 tries, joint top try scorer. Agen haven't shown us much this year. We don't think they've got enough about them in this game to cause much of an upset at the Raoul Barrière. So Béziers to win that one. Biarritz v Aurillac. Aurillac have started to show us a little bit more of what we've come to expect from them. 3 wins in their last 4 games. Really big win at home to Nevers last time round. But Biarritz unbeaten at 6 at home. They have made the Aguilera place real positivity and energy again. 27 points from a possible 30. Should win this comfortably. Going to have too much class. Oyonnax v Montauban. Now, Oyonnax. What a wonderful basket case of a club Oyonnax have been this season. They come into this round 14th, which is absolutely staggering. Will they have benefited from a week off? Possibly not, because their head coach was still with England until last Sunday. So, and they've also had a few players involved internationally. Mont-de-Marsan were pretty insipid in the Lyon derby at Stade Jean Daget last time out. Oyonnax should have too much power up front, but they've just shown so much indiscipline coming from all that frustration. They found ways to lose, but we do think they should win this one. Rich was very tempted to go for Mont-de-Marsan, but we're both backing Oyonnax. Provence v Nice, a little bit of a derby. Nice travelling on the Côte d'Azur to Aix-en-Provence. Provence, another team unbeaten from home. Unbeaten at home, 6 from 6. Nice's best performance have kind of come away from home, but this is an entirely different prospect. Provence are incredibly powerful. Should more than match the physicality that Nice are trying to bring to games. They've also got some electric wingers in Lepeg and Drouet, as well as that oomph through the middle from Harrison and Finau. They were nilled away at Biarritz in the last round, but we're not reading in too much into that. Provence should romp this one. Saxby versus Valence Romans. Valence still sitting 15th, despite 3 wins in their last 4. Saxby do also still have the second worst home record, 2 wins from 5, but those 2 wins have come in their last 2 home games. They are settling into a rhythm at home. Ben Botica is going really, really strong. He just received a kind of lifetime achievement Oscars de Midi Olympique a couple of weeks ago, or last week, sorry. He's just extended his stay at Stade Chanzy. They've had a good amount of time together during the break. We're seeing some really positive things from our boys, Saxby. They should get a win in Angoulême. Cling on to the fringes of that top 6. If they lose, then that gap will open up. Grenoble v Colomiers. Now, Grenoble are starting to emerge as the standout side in Pro D2. 5 wins in their last 6 games. Unbeaten in their 5 games at home this season. 23 points from a possible 25. The Magician of the Mountains, Sam Davis, is back playing. They did lose a lot of players to the internationals and still picked up convincing wins. Beating Soy Angoulême 37-7 at home in the last round is pretty ominous for the rest of the league. Colomiers, by contrast, are in a real rut. They had a positive start. They are now only 1 win in their last 6. They've conceded 153 points in their last 4 games. That's over 38 points a game. Also, the Friday night game is 11 from 11 for the home teams. The late Friday kickoff, that is. Doesn't bode well for Colomiers at all. Grenoble to win, and it could get ugly. I have gone for home wins. All home wins yet again. Sorry. Rich has backed Dax to cause an upset. I think Rich is feeling the vibes of the away wins in Pro D2 this season. We are seeing more of them. I get that. I agree there will be one somewhere. I just can't work out where it will be. Montauban, Dax, Agen, Mont-de-Marsan, Valence, all a possibility, I'd say. Would be surprised if it comes from any of the other 3, but Pro D2 never ceases to surprise. So let us know what you guys think. Are you going all home wins? Where's the away win going to come from? Let us know in the comments.